Hello, everyone. Good day to you. Welcome to the Dare to Thrive Summit, Day 6. Um, Today, the topic of discussion is all things wealth, a chat with Titilayo. This is not the first day. If you're just joining us, we've been having discussions and chats in the previous days, and you can always catch up with the videos of that on this channel. So be sure to check them out, and then be sure to share with your friends, with people you think would benefit from the talks and the topics we've been sharing for during the summit. And also we have a free Thrive Easy community on Telegram and on Facebook. Be sure to join. The links to join are in the description box below. And without further ado, I'll be going straight into the chat with an amazing woman. She's my friend. Her name is Titilayo Balogun, and I'll be asking her to introduce herself. Pardon me, before we go into our talk about wealth. So hello, Titilayo. Welcome to the session.
Hello, okay. How are you?
Fine.
Hi, my name is Titilayo Balogun. I'm an architect, a registered architect. A couple of things I like doing apart from architecture. I love farming. I like a lot of things that has to do with fintech. So any fintech out there, I want to invest in. I want to be a part of it. And I love reading too. I love just sitting at home too and lounging all day. So that's it.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And that is exactly why you are here to talk about wealth, because you have a natural flair for for things like that. And I feel like
okay, I can't hear you.
I feel like a chat with you would we would learn so much. Okay, I hope you can hear me now, Titilayo. So I was saying that your interest in in all these things, financial and tech and architecture. That are the reasons why I feel like you'll be one of the best people to have this chat with about financial literacy and with women and all of that. So so with that, I'm going to just ask you directly, what is your definition of wealth?
All right. It's a, I don't know. I thought about that question for a long time actually, and my response might not even scratch the surface, but I'll just tell you what it means to me personally. I'm going to quote a particular verse in my favorite book of the law. It says that below, above all things, I wish that you prosper in all things, in good health. I'm paraphrasing this way. In good health, even as you are so prosperous. So now, it means there are three, according to that verse to me, it divided well into three things for me. It divided well into the financial one, which is like the physical money and cars and houses and whatnot that everybody have, or what everybody thinks wealth is. And then he also talks about spiritual wealth. That's when you are all rounded, or not even all rounded, you are in a very good connection with your maker, your creator. And also bodily wealth, that's physically, and then everybody know that health is wealth. So
yeah,
that part too, where you are physically healthy, it's a, it cannot be overemphasized. So let me just rephrase again. But I spoke about physical wealth, which is your body, all your body organs are functioning perfectly. You're in good health. You can move your body. That's physical wealth. There's also spiritual wealth, which talks about being in connection with your maker, having a personal relationship with your creator, and also the prosperity, which is having money, cars, houses, and then you are able to travel the world and stuff. Yes.
Right.
To me, that is what wealth means. All those two things together. Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much for that beautiful beautiful definition. And I would like to, agree with you that wealth is not just, worldly material possessions. Is way more than that. But I think most of us, we get so distracted, and people who don't have money, they don't have that audacity to, say, to claim that they are wealthy. Because I mean, if you are spiritually sound, and if you are aligned in alignment, your soul, your body, your spirit is in alignment with God, and you are in good health, I think you should call yourself somebody that is wealthy. But people don't really do that. And honestly, this is something that I wish that would happen more. Like, it's not until you're a millionaire, or cash is flowing in your bank account. It's not until then that you should call yourself a rich person. So, well, if you know me very well and you see what I share, I always call myself a very wealthy woman. I do not have cash, I do not have money, but I have these, other things that I consider to be, very valuable. So I think I am, a wealthy woman. But this is not about me. I want to go ahead to ask you that on your personal journey, um, in adulthood, you start to, as you become an adult, you start to realize, okay, this is wealth, this is finances. What has your personal journey been, and what challenges have you faced on your journey? Because the whole idea of this chat is to let women know that we are not alone. Usually, we are going through similar things, and we should be sharing our challenges in order to learn from each other and in order to grow. Because if you share your challenges and I see, okay, I have this similar problem, we can stick together and find a way through it. So can you share your journey and your challenges?
All right. Okay, I think I'll start my journey from, I started my journey to anything in finances when I was very young. My mom was a banker for like 4 decades. Interest and stuff stuck with me growing up. So anytime anything I have to do anything with businesses, I start calculating. So I think my exposure to finances started with when I was growing up. My mom had a very good influence on it. And then it spurred me to, I sold a couple of things while I was in school. I was an architect. Like I said, I'm an architect. I sold tracing paper, to biro, to pencils, and just trust me, 50% of the time it was a colossal failure actually, but then it was my journey, so I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I'll finish selling all my old whatever, and then I would not have any, I couldn't calculate my profit. I couldn't know what my capital was. That was for the first time. By the time I did it the second time, I understood better, which also spurred me to having a very good savings culture. I can save for Africa. God, the idea of just seeing my money in the bank, just sitting down. I don't even care if you had to, but definitely don't subtract. I just want to be seeing it. That was very satisfying to me. But of course, I can't get any financial freedom that way. So when I left school, I left service year, I had to start looking at ways to grow my money and be able to afford things I actually want to. I remember that every end of the year, and then I'm looking at the extra money I'll get at the end of the year. I'm already looking at ways to to invest it. I've done snail farming, and then it actually failed. All my snails died. I've done catfish, and I was going to do it with somebody, and it was a failure. But that didn't deter me. Year in, year out, I had ventured in things that was supposed to bring me closer to that goal, that desired end game, which is what I want to be able to travel the world. I want to send my kids to Ivy League schools. And then I think, after going round in 5 years, 6 years, I might just be inching closer to it. At the beginning of last year, I done forest 2 years ago. Oh God, it was all those network marketing forest kind of stuff that I was supposed to, teach me how to trade in forex, and I lost all my money. And then one thing I actually like about myself, that I actually do a lot of research on financial stocks, and anything I can invest in that will actually give me very good returns while keeping my capital. That's important too, because we all most time are fixated on our ROI, return on investment. What about your capital? Nothing must happen to it, because that's the only way you can, continue, keep going on.
Yeah.
And then I got introduced by a friend. I viewed the status one day. I viewed the status, and then it was talking about bamboo and rice first, and I was like, nice. I just checked them out, and then that introduced me to the world of US stocks. And I can tell you that even though that's not the only thing I'm working on right now, but it's not looking far-fetched anymore. It's not looking far-fetched. My dream towards wealth is not looking far-fetched. At the beginning, I actually talked about physical wealth as well. It was from last year I started, cutting out some MSG in my eating habits, trying to go more with spices. I hope I'm coherent. Okay.
Yeah, you
Just
are.
let me know if I'm.
You are.
Right. So that I can't be working hard and I don't have the body, the strength, and everything to enjoy it. At the end of the day, I was not going to have any of that. So I was looking at. Okay, that word was deliberate. It was actually deliberately making sure myself and my family actually eat healthy fruits, vegetables, and cut down carbohydrates. Oh God, even though I'm slim, you will be surprised when the doctor told me that I actually have a lot of cholesterol. Myself and I have a lot of cholesterol in our bloodstream. I'm like, whoa. So it was a deliberate heart on that side. And then the part where I get to, be more aligned with my maker, God, because even after you amass all those wealth, and good health, and then you might not be happy. So all those things are actually important, and it had helped my journey so far to, I'm not there yet, but I'm getting there.
It's not looking far-fetched. I like that word. Thank you so much for sharing your personal journey. Like I always tell people, like if you don't try things, you're not going to move. If you don't feel, in fact, I really personally I love failure. Like I don't really think that failure is such a bad thing, because it just means one thing is out of the way, and then you move forward to another thing. And if you don't sometimes if you don't knock enough things off the way, you're not really. You're going to stay so far away from your goals. But so you have to, keep going. Yes, you're failing. Yes, it's looking like you're not making anything, but trust me, you're progressing in ways. So thank you so much for sharing part of your journey. And from this journey, can you draw out some maybe key challenges that you faced? And then those challenges, what were the lessons that you learned as you were trying all these things? Like you said, you went into a lot of things. So what were the challenges and the lessons that you learned?
All right. One of the lessons was, please do your research.
Okay.
Do a lot of them.
Due diligence.
And yes, do your due diligence. They call it DD. Do it to the fullest. You need to do it, or else you lose money. And then also network. You're not the only person there are people that have gone ahead of you in those fields you think you're interested in those fields you think you will. People have gone ahead and they are masters of that field or whatever. Is it farming you want to do? People have gone ahead and they are masters of it. People have gone ahead in whatever. I think so. The idea of researching, you have the internet there. I actually can go as simple as saying people into, and I'll just type it and just check on Google. It is as simple as that. Research, that is one thing. I realized that 50% of the time when things didn't go my way or didn't go as successfully planned was because I didn't do a lot of research. And then in cases where I'm looking at 60% success, I'm like, whoa. And it was because I actually spent time researching and knowing more about it, reading up, knowing more. about it. And so that is that on research. Then also read books. This one book that stood with me throughout, from, I can't remember, since forever. The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yes.
I recently just read that book, and I realized that I've been practicing like 50% of what the man was preaching. Actually, talked about
That's amazing.
interest on, as in earning, keeping a part of your earnings every month, keeping it to a certain extent where those money you actually have been keeping can actually continue working for you. Well, we all call it passive income, but it is one of the keys, one of the ways you can actually unlock wealth. So that's another thing. Reading, please read. God, even though it's ebooks, people don't like carrying hard copies again anymore, but reading. Those are one of the lessons I've learned. Then also share your story or tell somebody beside you. You'll be surprised that some people actually know. If you just keep mute, trust me, the next person doesn't know what you're going through. So I think they are part of sharing. I sometimes just throw out the question out to my friends, to my colleagues at work. Please, do you know this? Do you know anybody that knows this? So I think sharing, to not keeping mute.
Yes.
No man is an island. Because you don't even know how. You don't know. Nobody is an island. So you need to just share. Ask people, ask things. What else can I say has been my lessons learned so far? I don't know. Well, of course, I learn from all my mistakes, so I try not to repeat the same thing over and over.
So you learn from experience too. Okay, so thank you, Titi, for sharing all of that. I always learn so much from you, like honestly, because I always tell you, I don't know where I'll be without you personally, but that's not why we are here. That's not why we are here. Okay, so let's go on now to your I want you to share and your current strategy. This is beginning of a new year, 2021. And at the beginning of the year, everybody set goals, and usually financial goals are part of that. So I don't know what your strategies are. I would like you to share some of that with us.
All right. So I've been working as an architect, well, full-time or hardcore for like 7 years now. So I recently challenged myself to do something else, like something outside it, something alongside. Sorry, that's the word, alongside.
Okay.
So I went back to school. Hey, I went and I took a course in data analysis. I've always loved the idea. I love the idea of working offline, online, like freelancing, and where I get to do something along as in freelance. Now, not because I like actually, regardless of what I say, I like the 9 to 5. I like the corporate world. God, I don't know. It's weird. I tell everybody that I like corporate world. Like, you can start something on your own now. I'm like, okay, I'll think about it. But I actually love corporate world. Okay. So apart from that, I actually like the freelance. So that was spurred me to do something in data analysis. I'd always loved everything IT. Remember we went to swap courses when we went?
Yes. I was supposed to be the architect, and you were supposed to be the computer engineer.
Architecture, computer, we could have swapped now. I don't know what happened. Okay. Anyway, so actually I like IT. So I checked, and data analysis was like the best fit. So I took a course there. I'm yet to finish, but it's looking promising. Learning all those softwares and stuff is looking promising. So I'm actually looking at doing something. I'm looking at something near to something that, and also most importantly, please, I want to start earning in dollars. Dollars. I can't be earning in naira now. I'm saving in naira. So
so that's your strategy.
Okay. And having returns in dollars. Which spurred me to do something else in actively trading in US stocks, trading and investing in US stocks. So, of course, I was not going to put a lot of money there without the proper training. So I took some courses, and I've tried somebody's mentoring, and so far I look good. So moving on, that's what I'm looking at.
Okay. Okay, so let's quickly round up. We are here to talk about. Okay, so to round up, can you I want you to talk about memberships and what do you think they help women to? Do you think they help women on their financial literacy journey? And if so, how do you think it will help? So that's the question. Are you there? Are you there?
I can hear. I heard you. It actually will. There are a lot of women like me out there that have a lot of ideas on how to be financially free. How to amass wealth in this one life that we have, and then it might be actually overwhelming. I think the need to actually be able to properly, walk through everything you have in the pipeline, how to properly dissect, how to go about it, how to, walk through it actually and get more results. I think the key word for me is results. How to get more results, how to, at the end of a particular month, say that, whoa, this is what I've achieved. I think it is actually a lot of women out there require it. I require it. I've been looking for something like this for a long time now. So you can imagine how elated I am at this.
Okay. So. All right. Thank you so much, Titilayo. So basically that is it. But before I ask you to share some final words, I want to just announce that the enrollment for the Travisy Club is open today. And it will only open. It will be open, and it will be open rather for just a few. Days. And then we'll start with the founding members, and we'll begin to make things happen. So thank you so much for your personal encouragement and everything. And I want you to
can I ask you one question? You've been the person asking all the blessing questions.
Okay, ask me. Ask.
All right, please. I want to know. A lot of us, one of our goals this year was, stay offline as possible. And maybe half the time we spend offline. I hope the Tribe Easy Club will actually help. How will it help?
Okay, so thank you very much for that question.
Will it help?
Yes. One of the ways that I believe, one of the first things that I want to implement in Tribe Easy Club is early morning habits, where you actually have to learn that the moment you wake up, the first thing you reach out for is not your phone. So that way you set like a tone for your day. You make sure that you plan your day out. So when you do that, usually I find that when I've done that, and I've seen some other people, when you start that for maybe the first 2 hours, you don't check your phone. How you start your day actually usually determines the rest. So if you start with checking, usually you maintain that. But if you start with staying off in the beginning, to maybe write down that day's to-do list, somehow those lists would stay on top of your mind more than your phone.
Okay. Wait. This is an Excel. Don't give us all the expo yet. Yeah, no, don't tell us everything yet. Don't give us all the expo.
Okay.
People go and subscribe. Subscribe.
Thank you. It was so much fun. Like I always learn so much when I talk to you, honestly. And I know you are going to be in Travisy.
Same here.
I cannot wait for other people to join us and have an amazing time. All right. Bye-bye. Do you have any other thing to say before we say bye?
Nothing. See you in the club.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Go back to work. Bye. Talk later.
Bye.